Welcome to Brunswick Beat,
Brunswick County's only television news show brought to you by the Brunswick Beacon. I'm Rachel Johnson.
and I'm Stacy Manning. A 3-year-old boy is dead, and the man who left him at a local hospital is in jail following a high-speed police chase in Shallotte last Thursday. A second suspect was taken into custody on drug charges following a search of a Shallotte residence where the boy may have been fatally injured. There are 2 suspects, and they are both in jail on different charges, but at press time, none were directly related to the boy's death. Monte Murray, 26, of 12 Paisley Drive, apartment 207 in Shallotte, is under a $1 million bond. He was wanted for questioning after he dropped 3-year-old Jerron McAllister off at Brunswick Novant Medical Center last Thursday morning. According to Brunswick County Coroner Greg White, Jerron was pronounced dead around 9 a.m. that morning. Murray was arrested after a police chase on US 17. Jesse Holt was arrested at the Paisley Drive residence on drug-related charges after investigators executed a search warrant. Neither suspect is a parent to the child. Goss extended his thoughts for the family during a press conference last Friday.
Anytime you're dealing with a 3-year-old, it's very critical and it's very emotional. And right now, our prayers goes out to the family.
Murray's vehicle was spotted by the Shallotte Police Department near his Paisley Drive apartment shortly after 9 a.m. An officer followed the vehicle to the residence. A Be on the Lookout bulletin had been issued for a silver Mercury Mountaineer. When the officer began talking to 2 suspects outside the apartment, Murray jumped in his vehicle and fled. Murray attempted to evade Shallotte Police, and the Brunswick County Sheriff's Office joined in the chase. The pursuit began in the Shallotte city limits near Cardinal Point at Highlands Apartments and continued onto US 17 northbound toward Supply. Deputies initiated a rolling roadblock. Murray rammed 2 Sheriff's Office vehicles during the chase, and his vehicle was run off the road. Officers used a pit maneuver just north of Cumbie Road on US 17. Murray was arrested without incident. No one was injured. Murray was charged with 2 counts of assault with a deadly weapon and fleeing to elude arrest with a motor vehicle. For more on this developing story, pick up this week's Beacon and follow us online at www.brunswickbeacon.com.
Staggered starts and the cost to revert back to a traditional school schedule led the Brunswick County Board of Education 2-day retreat last week. Brunswick County School Superintendent Edward Pruden said it would cost the school district more than $1 million to revert back to a traditional school bell schedule for the upcoming school year. Though many parents opposed the change, Pruden said the change saved the district more than $500,000, or the equivalent of 10 teaching positions. Board of Education members will discuss the staggered start scheduled at their April 3rd meeting. It's at 6:30 p.m. in the Brunswick County Commissioner Chambers in Bolivia.
Brunswick County Commissioners on Monday approved a resolution in support of the Defense of Marriage Act. The Defense of Marriage Act, approved by a 3/5 majority of the North Carolina General Assembly last year, is a constitutional amendment that would change the state constitution to define legal marriage as a union between one man and one woman. The amendment will be on the May 8th primary ballot in North Carolina. Effectively, the measure is a ban on same-sex marriage, because once the Constitution is amended via voter referendum, it would take another referendum to revisit the issue. Though many people at Monday night's meeting spoke out against the measure, commissioners approved it 4 votes to 1.
With more than $1 million in potential revenue from non-emergency ambulance transports up for grabs, Brunswick County Emergency Services Director Anthony Marzano wants to go after some of the market share. But Brunswick County Commissioners were unsure of the move Monday night, tabling the issue until their April 2nd meeting. For more than 20 years, supply-based Ameritech provided private ambulance services in Brunswick County. On Friday, February 24th, Marzano said it was announced that the company was reducing staff, leaving county EMS to pick up the void. If commissioners approve, Marzano expects to break even this year and estimates revenues of about $1.3 million in the second year. Brunswick County Commissioners have called the bonds for 11 coastal company properties. The infrastructure bonds for the communities under the umbrella of the coastal companies totals $11.5 million. The decision was approved 4 votes to 1, with Commissioner Charles Warren dissenting. There was no discussion because the item was on the action agenda. It was on the consent agenda and approved with a lump sum of other items. Before the vote, Mark Saunders, the developer and owner of the coastal companies, urged commissioners not to call the bond, saying his communities are selling homes and keeping local people employed.
The Brunswick County Economic Development Corporation is changing the way it does business. With recent losses of two major 1,000-plus job projects, Economic Development Director Jim Bradshaw said the corporation is looking to tweak its playbook, including seeking contributions from local businesses and community members. While Bradshaw said it's great to win the big 1,000-plus job project, every job is critical. Brunswick County's unemployment rate in December was 11.9%. State unemployment security officials haven't released any updated county-by-county rates.
A landlord and tenant dispute has left an Ocean Isle Beach property owner dead. Authorities had been looking for 63-year-old Clarence Maynor when he was reported missing on February 23rd by his employees. On February 27th, 61-year-old Hilton Oxendine of Fairmont turned himself into authorities in Robeson County. He confessed to shooting Maynor over an argument about lease money. He said he shot Maynor on February 20th in the garage he rented for him. He closed up the shop and left Maynor in the garage until police showed up after Oxendine's confession. He has been charged with first-degree murder and is in the Robeson County Jail under no bond.
Ferry fare increases slated to take effect April 1st remain adrift now that North Carolina Governor Bev Perdue has issued a mandate to block the hikes. Last week, Perdue issued an executive order thwarting the increase that would effectively double ferry fares. State Representative Frank Eiler of Oak Island, who worked last year on that transportation budget, said Tuesday he thinks Perdue's order blocking the fare hikes and imposing a moratorium for at least a year is illegal. State House and Senate leadership is looking into the legality of Perdue's actions. Eiler said he would know more by next week. A meeting of a legislative joint oversight committee chaired by State Senator Bill Rabon is scheduled for 9 a.m. this Friday in Raleigh. Eiler is the vice chairman of the committee. Find all of these stories and much more in this week's Beacon, available on newsstands now. Welcome to the Beacon Sports Report. The Ashley Eagles beat West Brunswick 7-1 in a season-opening baseball game February 28th at West. Ashley's Corey Irwin, a left-hander, struck out 8 consecutive West batters en route to the victory. West sophomore infielder Chandler Taylor had the only hits for the Trojans, a run-scoring double in the first inning and a single in the sixth. West made 5 errors in the loss, and 2 of those were in the first inning as the Eagles scored 5 runs. The West Brunswick softball team lost 5-4 February 28th at New Hanover in their season-opening game. New Hanover led 1-0 after 3 innings, but West scored 4 runs in the top of the 6th. New Hanover scored 3 runs in the bottom of the 6th to tie the score at 4. They went on to win the game with a run in the bottom of the 7th. And Brunswick Community College basketball on sophomore day, sophomores Marcus Graham and Steve Johnson led a second-half rally as the team beat USC Sumter 92-87 Sunday at the Dinah E. Gore Fitness and Aquatics Center gym. Graham finished with 28 points and Johnson 11. BCC finishes the regular season 15-15. They play this week in a first-round game of the NJCAA Division I Region 10 Championship basketball tournament in Spartanburg, South Carolina. Out on the baseball diamond, Michael Green threw a perfect game as the BCC baseball team beat New River 10-0 in 5 innings Sunday. BCC completed the doubleheader sweep by winning the second game 14-1 in 5 innings. BCC improved to 7-4 overall. You can read all of these stories and see more great photos in this week's sports section of the Beacon.
Hi, I'm Laura Lewis, staff writer for the Brunswick Beacon. Do you know of an upcoming event or an interesting person in Carolina Shores, Calabash, or Sunset Beach who you would like to see featured in the Beacon? If so, I want to hear from you. Give me a call at 754-6890 or send me an email at llewis@brunswickbeacon.com. You can also visit our website and submit news there at www.brunswickbeacon.com. Click the Submit News icon in the upper right-hand corner of the screen. Let us know where you'll be, and we'd like to be there too, especially if it means that I get to visit one of the towns on my beat.
Hi, I'm at Brunswick County Animal Shelter today with Anna. She is about 7 months old. She's a Walker Hound German Shepherd mix, and she's been here at the shelter since January 13th, but she really needs to find a good home. And you can come out and visit with Anna and all the other dogs and cats that are available for adoption. The public visitation hours are from 10 to 4, Mondays through Fridays. The shelter is out here on Green Swamp Road, and they've got lots of sweet, lovable animals who need good homes. So come on out and visit with Anna and all the other dogs and cats available for adoption.
The town of Carolina Shores has received designation as a Tree City. Town Administrator Mike Hargett, speaking at a Town Board of Commissioners workshop on Monday, said designation by the Arbor Day Foundation is timely. The town is having its annual Arbor Day celebration at 9 a.m. next Friday, March 16th.
There's something for everyone at Greenland's Farm Store in Bolivia. In the market for fresh organic produce, how about fresh free-range eggs or local honey? You can find all that and much more at Greenland's Farm Store on Midway Road in Bolivia. Owners Heather and Henry Burkhart also offer tea from exotic chai to green tea grown right there at the farm. Greenland's also has a community-supported agriculture shares available for 10 weeks in the spring. Only a few spots remain. Call the store for more information at 253-9515, or you can visit them on the web at greenlandsfarmstore.com and wifwams.com.
Do you yearn to know what's in your future coupled with a little magic? Then Psychic Alex is your ticket. The nationally known psychic and entertainer will come to Sea Trail Golf Resort and Convention Center next Friday, March 16th, to read his audience and entertain them with magic. Alex describes his show as 1.5 to 2 hours of giving readings in a big gallery setting where he brings messages and reads the future. Show time is 7 p.m. Tickets are $35 in advance via his website, Psychic Alex, that's ALX.com, or $45 at the door.
This Saturday, March 10th, from 8 a.m. until 3 p.m., the parking lot of Planet Fun will transform into a classic car show where the main focus is fighting for a cure for cancer. Relay for Life of Brunswick County Executive Committee members and individual team leaders Dee Carlisle and Melissa Yao have joined forces to put together what they hope will turn into an annual event, Cruising for a Cure. In addition to a classic car show, cast members from the Discovery Channel's Swamp Loggers will be on hand signing autographs. There will be live music, arts and crafts, vendors, and game passes for Planet Fun. For more information or to register your car, call 754-4366 or 842-2832. Registration will also be from 8 to 11 a.m. on Saturday. Also on Saturday, don't forget when you go to bed to set your clocks ahead 1 hour.
That's all the time we have for tonight, but you can read all these stories and much more in this week's Beacon. If you have comments or suggestions for us at Brunswick Beat, you can email us at brunswickbeat@brunswickbeacon.com. Don't forget to follow the Beacon on Facebook and Twitter. Just search for Brunswick Beacon.
Thank you for joining us, and don't forget to tune in next week for a brand new edition of the Brunswick Beat, Brunswick County's only television news show. We close out this week's show with more images from Greenland's farm.